Personality. We all have one, but rarely take time to consider what it is and where it comes from. So today, I'm sitting down for an interview with this strange phenomenon to finally get to the bottom of it and discover whether or not mine is good enough to hold interest in a YouTube video. Oh, you okay? All right. No, I'm fine. Fine. Sorry. I can be a bit of a klutz. I guess you could say that's part of your personality. I guess you could say that. Yeah. Who are you? Okay, starting with a tough one. Yeah, I still don't know. What do you mean you don't know? It's just there's not an easy answer to that question. I mean, do you know who you are? Yes. Okay then, who are you? Okay, I'm Brad Cash. I'm a man in my early 30s. I have a wife and 2 dogs. I work in video. But hang on, weren't you before you were this age? Before you were married and had dogs? Before you had this job? I think these are just things about you, but they aren't you. Okay, well, I'm this. I'm this whole thing sitting here talking and thinking, having a conversation with you. This is obvious. Okay, I don't want to be combative, but I don't think that's quite right. Like, I could cut off your arm and you'd still be you, and you can recognize yourself as separate from your thoughts, so you're not your thoughts. Hang on. Are you getting spiritual with me? Well, yeah, it's part of your personality. Well, it's annoying, and you're trying to complicate what is really a simple question. So I'll ask you again. Who are you? It's just, if you ask me, it's the wrong question. What? It doesn't make sense to ask your personality who it is. Your personality isn't a who. I think what you mean to ask is, what are you? Okay then, what are you? Well, the easiest way to explain it would be that there are patterns to the ways you behave, think, and feel, and those patterns of behavior are me. For instance, part of your personality, or one of your patterns of behavior, is that you don't like being labeled or put in a box. You're right there, I don't like being labeled. So why are you trying to label me as someone who doesn't like labels? I was just trying to explain it's part of who I am. Of who you are. Yeah, not liking labels is part of who I am, as your personality. Okay, but what about you not answering the who question from earlier? What? Not what, who. You wouldn't answer the who are you question from earlier. Who wouldn't answer it? You, my personality. It sounds like you already know who I am. Let's move on. Okay. Is something funny? Yeah, I mean, I find this whole thing kind of funny. I mean, that's why I wanted to make it. So you think you're funny? I mean, I try to be funny. That was a rhetorical question. Okay. I don't try to be funny, I am funny, okay? So what if, say, I don't like you and I want you to be different? So you think I'm bad? No, I'm just saying hypothetically, if I thought you were bad and I wanted to change you, could I? Well, sure. I'm open to change and improving myself, so it's possible. Then you might say the labels that you put on me aren't real? Well, then you'd just have new labels, new patterns of behavior. I would still exist, I'd just be different. Okay, but what if I changed again? I could just be continually changing. And you are. I mean, we all keep changing continually through our lives. But if you do it too frequently, then you just become unpredictable, which, again, is its own pattern of behavior or its own label. Okay, I get it. Okay. So where do you come from? I come from a lot of places, actually. I guess you could say I'm diverse. Maybe don't say that. I mean, I'm my own melting pot, if you think about it. Please stop. I guess you could call my response to this question personality diversity training. That's enough. I do come from a lot of different places, though. A part of me seems to be genetic. Twins separated at birth can end up shockingly alike later in life. And then I'm continually built through all the different experiences that I've had in my life. What kind of experiences? Well, like most people, it starts with my parents, the way they cared for me. They always made me feel incredibly loved, and maybe that's why I feel like I have extra to give. I think I get my pull towards artistic things from them too. I grew up watching both of my parents play piano. My mom sang solos in church, and that was inspiring. And we loved movies. We'd watch them, we'd go to the movies, we'd watch them at home all the time. And we didn't just watch them, but we'd talk about them afterwards. And I think that showed me how art could move people, seeing how it could make you think and change your mind and make an impact on someone. And I think if not for those conversations, it wouldn't have seemed like something important enough to dedicate myself to. And I have to give credit to my mom for my love of doing accents. She would read stories to me at night and put on voices for the different characters. And she could do a mean Cockney, I tell you what. That was terrible. Still, it's hard to tell what the line is between nature and nurture with your parents. Like, do you think that we're more like them because of watching their behavior or because their blood is in our veins? I have no idea. Like, do you still think I'd like mint chocolate chip ice cream if I was abandoned as a baby and raised by wolves? What? Sorry. I'm a little bit scattered. It's ADHD tendencies. And it wasn't until I got older that I started noticing the same tendencies in my parents. My dad was always forgetting his keys or his wallet. My mom was late a lot. I think it's the same kind of time blindness I deal with now. Both would get wrapped up in their thoughts and forget the world around them. And that's something I can relate to. I see my parents in so many things I do, in the way that I share my happiness, in the way that I experience pain. I see them when I work hard at what I do and in my work ethic, and I see them when I invest too much of my value and identity in my work. And along with them, I have siblings, friends, mentors, teachers, acquaintances, all to thank or blame, depending on how I feel, for so many different aspects of myself. And I guess that's just another way we're all connected. Even our personalities can't be separated from the people in our lives. Are you getting spiritual again? Sorry, I know it annoys you. It's hard to change. But I thought you said it was possible to change, right? Yeah, that doesn't mean it's not difficult. So if we can change, that must mean a part of our personality comes from us and not from genetics or the environment. Do I have that right? Maybe, but our genetics or environment could also lead us to want to change. And how could you possibly untangle any of that anyway? I don't know, but that's why I'm sitting down with you to try to figure this out. Well, I'm sorry I can't give you all the answers. A part of me is mysterious. A part of me is mysterious. Are you trying to say a part of my personality is mysterious, like I'm Batman or something? No, I'm just saying where personality comes from is somewhat mysterious. No, I think what you're trying to do is make me look stupid on national YouTube. National YouTube? Yes, national. Global, actually. YouTube goes everywhere. It's just a weird way to say it. Okay, you are trying to make me look stupid, and yeah, I think we're done here. A part of me is mysterious. If I change all the time, then I'd just be unpredictable. What a joke. Oh, okay. Man, that was so unlike me. So what have we learned? Unfortunately, not much. But there is one big takeaway, and that's that my personality is exhausting.